you're going to take one of those things, have the doctor that administrates you swear that he took it before he gave it to you. All right? Because a lot of times that's happening. What's happening in California in the doctors? They're not getting paid right now. So what's happening on that? We got a lot of foreign doctors that are moving in on their positions, but you're also then getting less care. The United States has moved from one of the best care places in the world down. Now you can go to other places if you need it, but we have to be taking care of our own bodies. We have to know what we are. And what are we? We're a spirit inside this rent-a-wreck. It weighs 22 grams. That actually physically has weight. They've measured it. At the moment of the so-called death, that 22 grams leaves your body. The Russians did a big study on it. They made a movie on it. How many people see 22 grams? Interesting, huh? What's that? That's 4 packs of sugar. You know the little pack of sugar? They're 1 gram. And why did they measure things in grams? You have any idea? Well, when it comes to sugar, you can get 5 grams basically is 1 teaspoon of sugar. Go see how many grams of sugar is in a bottle of Coke. Do you have any idea? 40 to 45. So if you divide 5 into 40, how many teaspoons of sugar are you taking? 8 to 9. Sugar is carcinogenic and addictive. Start looking at your stuff on it. Don't take the things that are coming down, like all their hydrogenated stuff that they've given you. It's all poisons to your body, whether it's anything. The only good sugar that you can get is probably the natural cane sugar, and you can buy that still. Your salt that you get at the store, go buy sea salts because it has the minerals. If you use the other ones, you're depleting your body. These are just things that you should know. The problem that we have is immense because it comes down only to our health or the lack of it. We're being bombarded by so many energies at this minute that your brain functions. How many people in here all of a sudden are waking up and say, what happened to that day? You don't remember it. This is also part of another cycle. Planet Earth, as we're spinning around this 365 and a quarter days, right, around our sun, our system is going around the central sun it's called Alcyon, of the Pleiades. This cycle is about 26,000 years. We are entering into that cycle. We're already being affected by some of the rays. The rays are hitting the planet. We're killing off 1,000 life forms a day on the planet. Did you know that? This is a combination. I mean, I got friends that have, down at Roytan, for instance, people love to skin dive, or down in scuba and look at all of the stuff on it. The fish are dying, the coral reefs are dying, everywhere. You know, I'm fortunate. I get to travel around the world, and I don't owe my living to anybody. I've made it all. I've lost a lot when they found out what was going on. They tried to destroy me, but I'm able to come out here to help you go along. And the biggest help we can have is for you people to read that little handbook and ask for guidance from off planet. Because I tried all the things I could probably. When I found out what was going on, a friend of mine over here is a major producer. I said, let's expose these guys. And he laughed. He says, who controls the distribution? Think about that. Who controls the distribution of information in movies? If they want it out there, they'll put it out there. It's like Aaron Russo, when he did his. Aaron and I talked about that. You know, and he basically got his movie out by four-walling. How many people know what four-walling is? Four-walling is when you go in and when the movie chain opens up, there's eight screens inside the theater. They're all the movies and everything are provided by the studios, and they give a percentage back to, as you know, 80 to 90% of whatever the take is. But for four-walling is when you take your own movie and you go buy that screen. So whatever income comes back to you, then you can put your stuff out. Now that's what Aaron did for a little while, and you know, unfortunately, Aaron was Bette Midler's, you know, producer, and he did the movie From Freedom to Fascism, and he died of cancer. But he had cancer before he did this. I've known Aaron for quite a while. These are things that are occurring. The other information, I have another friend who just also died, unfortunately. He and I were entertaining a new way to get distribution of information out. And the best way for information today is people like Bill and Carrie, and we got to thank them again, frankly. Because they're acting as a catalyst on a known thing right now that they're trying to figure out how to control it. I mean, they're still leaking through, as you know, into China can shut it down. I had some people try to get up on Project Camelot and couldn't get on the net last night. I get people the same thing with my website, and I don't have anything that's really that dangerous that's on there other than, and my little books are not dangerous because they don't understand them. They don't. I go to another company, a guy thumbs through it, is this going to be against the government? Does it say anything about that? No, it makes you rethink who you are. You're a product of, you know, in John 1 it says, in the beginning there was the Word. We all know that wasn't right. In the beginning it was thought. Words are thought out loud. When you pray, you put out thought. When you meditate, you're hoping to receive thought. So it's very obvious that we're nothing more than the thought, as they said, when I talked to the ETs, they said, above all things is the creation. I did ask them what's above the creation, and they just responded, well, there's still mysteries for us. So we have to look at all this. This is a huge game. We are all sitting here playing, as Shakespeare said, this is a world play, and we're all players. And we all have to work together and support each other. And I don't care, one thing you ought to know, this is the human race. I don't care what color you are, it's the human race. There are different races that look different on different planets. They're different sizes and shapes. I mean, I flew around the world to find out for myself. The situation is that, so we're a human race, we keep having divisions. It's a division between men or women or between black or white or anything. That makes no difference. What's inside is that 22 grams, right? Men and women were designed as equal divided sexed pairs. Equals. But we've never been treating that way. Women have always been less than. However, today, who's the richest segment of the United States? Women. Did you know? Killed off most of the guys. No. It's just one of the factions. I got another notice. This is all yesterday. This is all recent. People ask me where I get information. I get it from off-planet. I get information from on-planet. I have, like I say, I've got friends in all the three-letter agencies, whatever that means. I don't know how many people know here the FBI can't arrest you. Anybody know that? Yeah, there's one. You can't. What is it? It's the Federal Bureau of Investigation. They have to go to the local sheriff to have them arrest. Did you know that? So somebody, you know, it's a nice title for a movie, but the truth is they don't have any ability to do anything. If you allow them to do on it, just forget it. It's the other thing. This was dated, this is from Bloomberg. Everybody know who Bloomberg is? You know, it's another financial deal. The oldest Swiss bank tells its clients to sell all U.S. assets or leave. Interesting? Switzerland now is revealing all their depositors, all the people that put the secret money. I have a friend that put a lot of money back there back in the early 50s and 60s, you know, in the entertainment business. You know, had millions over there, so he just stuck it there because he wanted to be safe. He tried to bring back, I don't know, 500,000 of it a few months ago. And the State Department stopped it and said, where did you get the money and when and how? Do you have any records from 20 years ago? It's kind of like what they're doing right now. By the way, you want to know that this is going on because they're seizing money. We had our attorneys in New York sent the money back to Switzerland and we rerouted it so we got the money over here. You can't do it individually. All individuals will be monitored. Just so you know, I have the accounting books for the New World money systems, the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, because I want to know what they're doing. I mean, I'm a banker. I want to know what the bottom line is. I'm not like our congressmen that don't read a summary of what their people do. I want to read each line. In the New World system, they do mention gold. They don't mention silver at all. So if you buy silver, it's not mentioned as anything they're going to take because it's an industrial metal. It's used in medicine. There's probably 1 ounce of silver in every computer. Did you know that? And we're out of silver in the United States. So it's selling for about $18 an ounce now. So buy what you can. You know, we can get it for you. I'm only 5 blocks from it, just to let you know. But gold is a real peculiar thing. The history of the planet, we've always used gold as money. I mean, when the guys go out to the pirate ships and they dig up the stuff in the ocean, what do they get? Gold. Whether it means anything or not, 90% of the world's gold that was ever mined, that wasn't taken off planet, frankly, is still here. Because it doesn't oxidize, doesn't turn down, and it's stored. It's a storable thing. Silver oxidizes. 90% of the silver that we produced in the last 10 years is in the dumps. Because they put it in the computers, they throw away the old computer. What are they worth? It's used in electronics all over the place, but they just trash it. So it's back underneath the ground sometime in the future. I don't know how they're going to take care of it. Meanwhile, you probably know that, I'll go back to the gold thing. They have 2 definitions of gold. I wanted to know what, when I fought with the state, when they were trying to license me for selling money, I wanted to have the definition of what money is. They still don't have a definition of what money is in their own books right now. So if we're dealing in money, how in hell can we determine what it is, right? Well, I got around that thing. We just said it's artificially I created a security, and that's how I got in the securities business. But the secondary thing I was looking, if gold is money, and there's 2 types of gold. The first type of gold is called monetized gold. Monetized. What does that mean? Well, it's gold that's held by the central banks or under their direct control. In other words, if right now you can buy maple leaves, the American Treasury quit putting out the eagles because of the demand, there's not enough available. In the United States, all the mines that produce gold and silver, none of it is processed in the United States. It goes to Canada, Mexico, Switzerland, Hong Kong, just so you know. It may come back over here and they put the hallmark on it for whatever it is to keep track of it. So you have to look and see what it is. But anyway, monetized gold is held by the central banks. So if you have gold, you want to have it monetized. In other words, it's stamped on it, Canadian maple leaf, a Krugerrand even, or an Australian koala, or Philharmonic from Austria, or you know, whatever is happening. This is another thing you ought to know. In this last 2 weeks, China is now allowing their citizens to buy gold. Now, I got 1,300,000,000 people over there. They now have the ability to buy gold. What do you think is going to happen to gold? We don't have any over here. Try to buy some gold. I mean, the dealer discount's about, between $40 and $50 right now over spot. And that's the spread, but it goes up $10 or $20. Gold will probably go to $2,500 to $3,000 very shortly. I don't know what we're going to buy when we get the gold. All I know is it's just an exchange. I'll be able to trade it someplace. I mean, dentists will buy it, or somebody's going to use the thing. It's something that I can have for storage to maintain a standard of living. I have my brother has a ranch. I can go down and live with him. I've got other friends that invited me up there. I happen to live in the city, but I've also been going back and forth, as you probably know, to Ecuador, only because of what the country's doing, and it's a reasonably safe country to be, and it's south of the equator. Now, what does that make to you? Oh, let's go back to the gold. There's plenty of gold down there. Second thing is called commodity gold. What is commodity gold? Commodity gold is the gold around your neck, or in some other form that's not monetized. They won't count that. So when people are telling you, I do have a gold watch. It doesn't count as gold until they take it, and then they'll, at their discretion, they'll make it money. But meanwhile, you and I, we're going to all be trading between each other. We're going to have to learn how to trade. There's a book that we have, and we didn't author it or anything else. It's called Patriots by Jim Rawls. How many people in here know about the book? He's done a tremendous job telling you how you're going to be able to survive in the days ahead. And this not only monetarily, because that's what most people go for. And they ask me more, they go to their billfold first. What am I going to do? I'm not sure what we're going to be doing, frankly. I know I have food. I know water's critical, so I got to be a place there. I know